Genesis 1, verse 29. Kai epen ha theos, idu dedoka humen, pan hortan sporamon speron sperma, ha estin apano passes, tes ges. That second line there is tricky with all the alliteration, but let's start with the first line here, which starts with this main verb apen, which we've seen numerous times as the third singular aorist active indicative of lego, the main operative verb in Genesis 1. Here, once again, the subject is hatheos, so and God said. Now, this is going to introduce direct speech, beginning with idu. Behold, dedoka is the first singular perfect active indicative from didomi. You see the reduplication of the kappa here. I have given, and he has given it to y'all. This goes back to 127, the male and female, the plural form there. So he's now addressing mankind. I have given to you, or to you all, in my own southern dialect. Now we have a chain of accusatives, pan, horton, sporamon, speron, sperma. Even though sperma and pan there are third declension, you notice the chain of accusatives. It's all modifying what God has given. And so let's begin with horton here, and it's modified by pan, all. Horton is a grassy plant or herbage or something like that. So he's giving every grassy plant. And then we have sporamon, speron, sperma, which is kind of triply redundant here. Sporamon means seed bearing. And you can actually see sort of spore under the hood. So this is seed bearing. And then speron here is actually a participle. It's accusative, singular, neuter, present, active participle from spero, which you might know from introductory Greek studies. This typically means to sow, S-O-W, like the sower parable. But it can also mean to sort of bear seed, or scattering seed. And notice it finishes with sperma, which of course is seed. So all three words start with S, and they also have to do with seed stuff. And so it's every grassy plant or every seed-bearing grassy plant that bears seed. Then we have a relative pronoun ha here. Notice it's the accusative singular neuter. It's referring back to the sperma. So this seed, which is epano, upon. Passes tes ges, apano takes the genitive, so it's upon all of the earth. But not only do we get the herbage, we also get more stuff. So let's continue the verse. Kai pan zulan ha-eche in healto, harpan spermata sporimo, huministai es brosin. So we're finishing out what God is giving to mankind for its food. And we begin with Zulon, once again modified by an accusative of pas. Zulon means tree. So now we're looking at bigger stuff. And he's giving us trees. Once again, a relative pronoun telling us more about this Zulon here, which has third singular present active indicative in healto, that has within it or bears from within itself. Karpon, there's your accusative of fruit, karpas. And it's fruit that is spermatos sporimu. We've seen those words already. Essentially, it's fruit that is seed bearing of seed. Spermatos sporimu is seed bearing of seed, something like that. Now, then he says, humin, to you all, estai, it will be, there's a future. Ace brosin, ace here is going to take the accusative of brosin. Brosis is food. So it will be to you as food. And so now God has provided for mankind with these plants to eat.